Grizzlies down 11, 9:34 to go in the third quarter. The Stars are in the house tonight, including, he's a Laker fan, but he's here in the first row at the Grizzlies game tonight. Snoop Dogg is in the house. How are you, sir?
What do you do, nephew? I'm happy to be here. Memphis, I love y'all. Y'all know I'm here supporting my Lakers, but I also got a show tonight. Y'all know I love y'all.
Absolutely. Big football fan as well. What'd you think of the game yesterday?
It was a great game. My team lost. You know I'm a Steelers fan, but it was a great game. I'm happy for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, and your Steelers come up just a little bit short, but certainly a great franchise to be a big fan of.
Yes, sir. Franchise to be a great fan of the Steelers and the Lakers. Tradition.
And you are a fan of the Lakers. What do you think of this Grizzlies team?
Grizzlies, good team. Nice young team. You know, Zach Randolph's a friend of mine, so hopefully you guys will get in the playoffs this year and make it to the next level.
Brevin Knight wanted to say hi. What do you remember about his game?
What to do, Brev? You know what it is. He was a hell of a point guard. I love it.
Snoop, thanks. It's great to see you.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, very nice. The BK drop in. I like it. I like it. Sam Young rings the bell.
Feels good when Snoop gives you a shout out. A lot of people give you a shout out through the days, and when Snoop says he enjoyed watching you play like your game, you feel good about it, Peter.
I'll tell you, when people start wandering through the hotel lobby and start shouting your name, Brevin, that's when we really got to start worrying. Bryant on a move. Goaltended by Rudy Gay. Score it for Kobe Bryant. He's got a dozen.
He makes it look so easy. And they can't do it as well as if it's just half-court basketball.
Gasol tests the middle. Good contest. And Gasol, Mark, grabbed the rebound and then got popped in the face by Ron Artest.
Another good defensive stop by the Grizzlies. Another chance to cut into this lead. You see here, good contest. Mark with the rebound, and Ron Artest with a little bit of slap across the face of Mark Gasol. Another chance to score. And if they can come down and get another stop, the Grizzlies will be right back in this game.
Terrell Arthur guarding Lamar Odom. Goes to the spin and the pitch out to Brown. He's wide open. It's a long two. It's off the heel. Odom, another rebound in traffic. Blocked by Rudy, and Odom will go to the line. Odom 8 rebounds. He is the leading rebounder for the Lakers tonight.
And that was a good defensive stance initially by the Grizzlies, but they could not get the defensive rebound, and Lamar Odom, going back to the basket, earns himself 2 free throws.
He's down 3. Final 2 minutes. Artest takes it away from Rudy. Blew the layup. Rebound Odom. And fouled, and will go to the line. Lamar Odom is creating some extreme problems for the Grizzlies, and Terrell Arthur, I think, got hit in the face on a previous attempt at defending as Artest comes away with the steal.
Yeah, the one person in the NBA you don't want to play around with the ball with, and Lamar Odom there gets a slap in the face of Terrell Arthur after that play. But as you said, right now Lamar Odom is really hurting the Grizzlies. 9 rebounds. And offensively, he's on the glass constantly.
They'll call 30 seconds here to get the bleeding stopped. I'm not sure if Darrell's bleeding from his nose or in his mouth. I saw blood in his mouth, but Drew Graham is checking right now as far as the source of the bleeding. You know, John Bon Jovi's coming here, and we got some more great concert action coming to FedExForum. The Kings of Leon are coming to FedExForum on Saturday, April the 9th. They'll be joined by Band of Horses. Tickets start at just $39.50 to go on sale this Saturday at 10 a.m. at the FedExForum box office, any Ticketmaster outlet, or you can order by phone at 1-800-745-3000. The Kings of Leon, a regional favorite, now starting to get a national following with their outstanding music. So we got Bon Jovi and Kings of Leon, and the Grizzlies are not going to be able to get this bleeding stopped, so we're going to have a substitution, I believe, for the Grizzlies as we check in with Rob Fisher.
Well, guys, Lamar Odom at the free throw line. Odom having a nice night across the board tonight. 8 points, also pulled down 9 rebounds. Been very valuable for the Lakers this year. Was also very valuable for Team USA over the summer. I talked to his teammate from the summer, Rudy Gay, who told me Lamar was a great teammate. He said one of the most versatile players that he ever played with. 2-time world champion, and he'll still do whatever it takes. He came into the league as a small forward, came into Team USA as a small forward, but he played center for Team USA. So he's one of the great giving guys in the league, a guy you can always count on.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar Odom's path to stardom hadn't always been easy. You start with the Clippers.
You already,
that makes it a challenge.
Yeah, you behind the 8 ball, far behind the 8 ball. You start there.
Zebo in traffic. Blake breaks it out of there.
And I think Rudy hit the nail on the head with Lamar Odom is able to do many things. Steve Blake knocks down the 3 from the corner.
Blake on the season 38% from downtown. Missed all 3 of his 3-point tries Saturday night against New Orleans.
And think back, this is the group that enabled the Lakers to get the lead in this game as Mark knocks down the jump shot. And
Odom goes down. Not sure if he bumped knees. 71-66.
He wouldn't be upset if he need to sit down and check on that knee. He would call his own timeout if he needs to.
He's a guy who can also be a playmaker. Obviously a rebounder and a scorer as well. Shannon Brown. No, we're going to take it away on an offensive foul. Shannon Brown stuck out his leg, says Derek Richardson. And that's another call that you rarely see. The offensive player kicking out a leg into a defender and having it called an offensive foul.
And really, I haven't, and we really can't get a chance to see it, but I don't think I've seen that call made since Reggie Miller in the last game of his career. They made that
Tony
call.
Allen likes it. So we have seen that call and the 5-second back down, and Ron Artest rips it away from Marc Gasol, and then Mark commits the foul, and Artest has been hit in the face.
And this hurt. If you see Ron Artest react that way, you know that he's hurting because he is such a strong guy.
I think Marc Gasol wants to say I'm sorry, and Joe Crawford says don't even bother.
Oh, he slaps him in the face there after he takes the ball from him. Slapped him in the face.
So Artest is bleeding, and Gary Vitti, the athletic trainer from the Lakers, will come out and try to stop the bleeding. And Ron's not happy.
Anytime anybody gets hit in their face, I don't care what you're doing, that your first reaction is going to be of anger.
Yep.
And whether by mistake or not, it's going to be of anger.
Well, the last 2 games, the Grizzlies have beaten the Lakers. One was a closely contested affair. The other a blowout. Lakers only 90.5 points in the last 2 meetings. And the last time these 2 teams met in LA the day after New Year's, it looked like the Lakers had been partying a little too heartily on New Year's Eve. Bryant was really the only Laker who showed up, had a big 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and this was Grizzlies early, late, Grizzlies all time. And from there was Rudy Gay stealing the basketball, finishing dunks. He did it all for the Grizzlies that night. A lob here from Marc Gasol, and it was just a fun night for everyone in blue.
Grizzlies won that game 104-85. A 21-6 run in the second half closed the door. Rudy had 27, Zebo had 21, and see if they have the bleeding stopped from Ron Artest's nose.
Oh.
And Marc Gasol and Ron Artest
Everybody
slap
taking
hands,
shots.
and Darrell Arthur bleeding from his nose, but I also didn't see blood in his mouth. And head athletic trainer Drew Graham and the team dentist checking to see as far as the integrity of his dental work. So after all that, Artest to the line. If the Grizzlies come back and win this game, look at free throw shooting for the Lakers. 12 for 22 tonight.
Yeah,
That's atrocious.
Yeah, for a team that shoots free throws very well. And they're not accustomed to shooting this bad. 79% on the season. As you said, right now shooting 52%.
And Ron Artest, the bleeding is still not stopped, and Joe Crawford says you're going to have to sub for him. You can't have successive 30-second timeouts. You'll remember a couple of years ago when Steve Nash was cut open and they couldn't stop the bleeding. He couldn't come back in the game, and at the moment, that's the case for Ron Artest.
Yeah, Ron and Darrell Arthur both saddled. Usually say saddled with fouls. Right now, saddled with bloody noses.
Somebody page Ferdy Pacheco. 22 seconds remaining a quarter. Grizzlies within 5. Bryant stripped Rudy Gay. Rudy's angry at the lack of a call. But you got to get back and defend. And Pau Gasol is fouled and will go to the line. This is starting to feel like a playoff game.
Very physical, a little chippy. Guys wanting calls. And Kobe Bryant, one of the better defenders in the NBA, and had his right arm maybe wrapped around him.
And a technical foul on Rudy Gay for his reaction after the non-call. And there may have been some more words for Joe Crawford as he headed down to the other end. It's at least the third time in the quarter the Grizzlies have been picked clean one-on-one, and Rudy felt that Bryant fouled him. Bryant will shoot the technical.
I think Rudy's upset because he was talking to Derek Richardson, and Joey Crawford is the guy that called the technical foul. And that is what has infuriated Rudy even more.
So Pau Gasol goes to the line, and he has been one of the chief culprits in the free throw disaster that has been the Lakers tonight, 2 of 5.
All that is lost through all of this is the Lakers, he makes this free throw, have built their lead back to 8 points again. And as we said in the first half, it was this second unit that came in the game, was able to get control of the game and take the lead for the Lakers.
Here's a free throw story. Lakers 11 more attempts. Makes, it's been another issue. There's another miss. And Kobe Bryant smells blood in the water. He is all over. Well, and you can hear people behind us yell, it's about time. Kobe Bryant called for the foul. And hopefully they can unpile everybody without any further hostilities. That should be a foul right about there.
Exactly. That's the same way he was defending with his arm around the hip of Rudy Gay, and you see he just trips over Rudy there at the end. Well, it's like a playoff game here. Fans standing, there's a lot of fouls. The officials are part of the game, and this is what the Grizzlies want. This is what you want to have year in and year out. People coming to games with that feeling, because in the playoffs, this is what it becomes. Possession by possession. Can you execute on both ends of the court? And the teams that can do it under duress are the teams that win.
Lakers held to only 2 field goals in the last 8.5 minutes, but they've been able to go to the free throw line. 2 field goals and 9 total points. The lead is 6. Well, Grizzlies owner Michael Heisley in the building tonight, and he said before training camp started, I want teams to not want to come to FedExForum because they know it's going to be a very, very tough go. 73-68, Grizzlies down 5, 1.8 remaining.